Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Devontae Klepper. Klepper was shot and killed on Tuesday, December 15, 2020 in the 7600 block of Melrose Avenue in Fairfax, according to LA County coroner records. Santana Stamps was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. At 11 a.m. on December 15, 2020, defendant Stamps, who was 18 years old, got out of a car driven by Christian Holmes at Harvard Boulevard and 27th Street in Los Angeles and fired shots at MB's car. Bullets hit the trunk and the back tire of MB's car, but did not hit MB. Holmes then drove defendant Stamps to Melrose Avenue, where the two men got out of the car. At 12:55 p.m., defendant Stamps fired his gun at victim Devontae Klepper and his younger brother KC, both of whom had just walked out of a shoe store. Victim Klepper died from a gunshot wound to his chest. KC sustained bullet wounds to his head, torso, and hand, and lost a finger and a portion of his intestine. Next to the victim's body on the street was a box of tennis shoes. 5 minutes later, as defendant Stamps and Holmes fled the Melrose Avenue crime scene in their car, Holmes hit a parked car on La Brea Avenue. An hour or so later, defendant Stamps and Holmes abandoned their car on a nearby street. MB testified that while he was driving in the vicinity of Harvard Boulevard and 27th Street, he saw two black dudes standing outside a white car shoot at his car. MB stated, however, he did not see who did the shooting. KC testified that he, his older brother, and a friend went to Melrose Avenue to buy clothes and shoes to wear in the music video. KC stated that he had no memory of the shooting, that he could only remember getting into the car to go to Melrose, and the next thing he remembered was an officer attending to his wounds from the shooting and then waking up in the hospital. After watching a video showing KC and his two companions on Melrose Avenue, KC recalled that right before the shooting, they were shooting basketballs at a shoe store. Ms. Pickens testified that at 12:55 p.m., she was parked on Melrose Avenue waiting for an appointment when she heard 3 gunshots. Pickens stated she ducked, looked up, and saw people running. Pickens said she saw a thin-built black male between 5 feet 7 inches and 5 feet 10 inches who was wearing a gray sweatshirt and jeans running toward the car with a gun in his hand and a shoebox in another. A police officer testified he found 6 .40 caliber Smith & Wesson cases at the scene of the first shooting. Another officer testified he found 9 .40 caliber Smith & Wesson casings at the scene of the second shooting. Mr. Gray testified that at 1 p.m. on the day of the shooting, he was parked on La Brea Avenue when a white car hit his car on the driver's side. Mr. Gray stated that he followed the white car and that as he followed the car, he took a picture of the car and its occupants. According to Gray, the driver stopped at a nearby parking lot and gave Gray his insurance card, which showed the insurer's name was Christian Holmes. LAPD Detective Tyler Adams narrated surveillance video obtained from several locations. One video showed that approximately 40 minutes after the shooting on Harvard Boulevard, defendant Stamps and Holmes pulled into a gas station on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, where both men got out and went inside the convenience store. Another video showed that at approximately 12:55 p.m., an individual wearing a gray hoodie with the hood up and black pants, and a second individual with a yellow hoodie and light-colored pants got out of a white car that had just pulled up to the curb on Melrose Avenue near Stanley Avenue. Detective Adams testified that when he searched defendant Stamps' home, he found in the bedroom closet a gray hoodie with a logo of a major American manufacturer of athletic shoes and apparel and the same distinctive markings he saw in the surveillance videos. Inside the car defendant Stamps and Holmes abandoned on the street, Detective Adams found a receipt dated December 15, 2020 from the gas station on Topanga Canyon Boulevard, a doctor's note with defendant Stamps' name on it, and a parking citation issued on the street in front of defendant Stamps' house. An FBI agent testified that on the day of the shootings, records of cell phone towers tracked the cell phones belonging to defendant Stamps and Holmes at the following locations during the relevant time periods: the vicinity of the first shooting on Harvard Boulevard and 27th Street at approximately 11 a.m., the gas station at Topanga Canyon Boulevard between 11:39 a.m. and 11:55 a.m., the site of the traffic collision on La Brea Avenue between 1:02 p.m. and 1:17 p.m., and the area where law enforcement found the abandoned white car between 1:26 p.m. and 1:49 p.m. The cell towers did not detect the location for defendant Stamp's cell phone at the time period of the shooting on Melrose Avenue, but the cell towers tracked Holmes' cell phone in the vicinity of the second shooting at approximately 12:30 p.m. Following the trial, the jury convicted defendant Stamps of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and attempted robbery. The jury found Stamps not guilty of shooting at an occupied motor vehicle and the attempted robbery of KC. The court sentenced defendant Stamps to a prison term of 25 years to life for the murder conviction, a term of life with a minimum parole eligibility of 7 years for the attempted murder conviction, and 2 years for the attempted robbery conviction. Devontae William Klepper was 28 years old at the time of death.